All right, so for today's program, you have to first do the design that you want to make. And you can't do what I'm doing, but I'm going to show you a design right here. What I'm doing is putting a period everywhere where I want a space. And then the drawing is going to be made of plus signs. Back this up. Okay, so I'm making like a plus sign like this. So what you do is just take it line by line, and you're going to replace what's up here under art and just take apart your design. I've got 3 spaces, so I put a 3 and a space, and then I've got 3 plus signs, so I say 3 and plus. And now I want to go to a new line, so I do 0, 0. That's just the command to go to a new line. All the commands are 2 characters. The first character is how many of the next character you're supposed to print. All right, so then I want to do that same thing again. The next line is 3 spaces, followed by 3 plus signs, followed by a new line. Go to the next line. And then, sorry about that. Then there's 9 plus signs and a new line. And there's 9 plus signs and a new line. I'm talking about these 2 lines right here, that line and that line. All right. And then we have this same 3 spaces, 3 plus signs, new line, 3 spaces. Anyway, when I run this, I got my little plus sign. So your task is to create your own design here, put a period everywhere where there might be a space, not because we're going to print periods out over here, but so you can keep track of how many spaces there are really easily, so that when you look, you're like, oh, well, that's 3 spaces. So then you do 3 and a space. You don't have to do your design with plus signs. You don't have to do it with X's. You could have pluses in, spaces. Sorry, you could have periods in your design. I was just using periods over here, so I knew where the spaces were. But you need to make some sort of interesting design right here, and then use that design to build out the drawing code. And then your whole program, the whole assignment, your task is to write that information and to run it and have an interesting drawing appear over on the right. I would say this little plus sign that I've made is not quite interesting enough. I need you to spend more than 10 minutes on it. So, I'm not saying it has to be crazy complicated, but it has to be more than six lines, 6 by 9, something or other, or it has to be really cool. If it's small, it has to be really cool, and the bigger it is, the less absolutely cool it has to be. One thing I want to point out, if you needed, let's say 15 of something, say I wanted 15 X's at the end, you can't say 15X. When I run this, it'll tell us, hey, the drawing string has to be an even length, and that's because I have a check in there for people doing this by accident. If you wanted to do 15 of something, you could do 8 X's and then 7 X's. You just break it up into 2 commands, because 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. Also, it's so tempting to put like spaces in between the commands up here, but don't do that. That will also break it. You don't think, okay, I did 3 spaces, 3 plus signs, and then I go to a new line, and now I'm going to make a space, and I'm going to start. Don't do that. Don't put a space in there, because the commands are all jammed together. I know it's a little disconcerting. These spaces are right here, but those are actually the character we wanted printed. So anyway, hey, good luck. Have fun. And I look forward to seeing your creations.